have an impact on prices here at home. And more direct flights to Nassau taking off from Toronto, Canada, thanks to the officials at the Ministry of Tourism. The Bahamas tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. It's official. 19-year-old Bimini native Valdez Edgecombe Jr., better known as VJ Edgecombe, is now officially a player of the National Basketball Association. The Baylor University guard, who averaged 15 points per game last season, was the number 3 pick in tonight's NBA draft. Welcome news by Bahamians and basketball fans nationwide. Amajal Knowles leads us off tonight at 11 with VJ's next move.
After months of anticipation and build-up, it was a nearly decade-long dream finally coming to fruition as Bahamian-born and Bimini native Valdez Edgecombe Jr. becoming the 4th Bahamian NBA first-round pick in the past 10 years after he was selected 3rd overall by the Philadelphia 76ers in tonight's NBA draft at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. VJ embracing his mom, Bendra, after the announcement, along with other family members and friends. The 19-year-old averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds in his lone season at Baylor. Scouts have compared his game to that of a young Dwayne Wade, and Edgecombe can only hope to have a career just as good as the Hall of Famer. Edgecombe joins the Philadelphia team, who's looking to make a run in a wide-open Eastern Conference with the core of superstars Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George. Now, while all that is uncertain, what is Edgecombe is the next to carry the torch as far as Bahamian basketball is concerned. More from VJ's big night in tomorrow's Sportscast. For the Bahamas tonight, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thank you, Amajal. If you're following international reports, oil has fallen rapidly and is now less than it was before the 2-week-old Iran-Israel conflict. Here at home, a petroleum expert is reassuring consumers amid any potential rise in local oil prices. Focal Holdings President and CEO Dexter Adderley predicts that while a spike in oil prices due to the conflict in the Middle East is imminent, the increase is expected to be short-lived. Altavis Munnings tells us more in this report.
Esso is $5.51 per gallon, with diesel at $4.57 per gallon. Motorists will pay $5.48 per gallon for gas at Rubis and $4.84 for diesel. And Shell is charging $5.50 per gallon for gas and $4.75 per gallon for diesel. Now, Focal's president and CEO, Dexter Adderley, confirmed to our news team that wholesale oil prices are already beginning to shift, signaling potential upward movement in local fuel costs. However, he is working to quell fears and calm tensions among consumers, stressing that the situation is likely to stabilize very quickly.
And so from a price perspective, we're very comfortable and there are no needs for concern. From a pricing perspective, it would appear as of today that the spike is going to be short-lived. So we're not anticipating at this moment that the increase in prices will be long-lived. And so we're continuing to monitor the market. And of course, the market is volatile. And it really depends on the stability, whether the ceasefire in the Middle East holds. But as of today, traders are cautiously optimistic that the spike is going to be short-lived.
On the other hand, in hopes of transforming the country's energy system, the government has signed an agreement with Focal Holdings Limited to implement liquefied natural gas, better known as LNG. And according to Adderley, the company is making tremendous progress in this direction.
It's a very complex project. We have hundreds of people involved in the execution, and I'm very pleased that our relationship with Shell and all the local and international suppliers, it's working well, and we are well on the way to fully developing the LNG to power project.
Now, at the end of that LNG project, which is expected to take shape early next year, Bahamian consumers can expect cleaner power generation, additional capacity, and more reliability. The cost of electricity is also expected to see a further downward trend. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Thanks, Altaviz. Senators spending much of the afternoon and well into the evening combing through the various heads of the 2025-2026 budget debate, just days ahead of the start of the new fiscal year. Wrapping up the government's contribution in the upper chamber this morning, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator the Honourable Ryan Pinder, disclosed that since July 2024, the Department of Public Prosecutions prepared 277 voluntary bills of indictment and conducted 303 arraignments before the Supreme Court.
In total, since last July, we've disposed of 165 matters. 12 convictions, 30 acquittals. We found plea agreements, and we've spoken about this before, plea agreements as one of the most effective ways to dispose of criminal matters. Not only does it spare the complainant from having to relive horrific events at times, but it also saves judicious time and reduces backlogs in the courts. For the last fiscal year, we've concluded 66 plea agreements. We've had a total of 55 nollies. We've been very aggressive in assessing older case files to figure out and understand whether they should be prosecuted, whether the evidence is there and the evidentiary value is there to continue these, because they just clog up the system.
The Attorney General also touted the success of having revoked bail for several defendants and depositing their sureties into the public treasury, this over in the High Court.
The Court of Appeal handed down a total of 63 judgments with respect to appeals heard in the last fiscal year. The prosecution was successful in 95 of the 113 appeals. The vast majority of the appeals, we were successful.
Meantime, covering a range of issues with Senate opposition business leader Darren Henfield, who shared a bit more detail about his party's proposed plan to better handle wildfires with the help of a comprehensive fire strategy. If elected, a Pintard-led administration has promised to establish a standalone, fully resourced fire department that's mandated to develop a volunteer fire brigade throughout the country.
The head of the newly established department will report directly to the minister responsible for fire services, not to the Commissioner of Police, as is currently the case. Our rationale is simple. A standalone fire department with its own chief will allow much more dedicated and undivided focus and attention to fighting fires. Additionally, we will free up trained police officers to focus solely on policing and the things associated therewith, and by so doing remove the burden of fighting fires from an already overtaxed police establishment. These firefighters may be recruited from our various family islands, trained and then returned to their respective islands to work in the fire services.
Chairman of the Consumer Protection Commission, Senator Randy Roll, putting what he called predatory lending institutions on notice that they are under scrutiny. He said these institutions are giving out unsecured consumer loans at absurd and ridiculous rates, and they will not be allowed to continue unchecked. He also noted that the CPC is working along with the Securities Commission to safeguard the rights of consumers.
I want to also put Bahamians on guard to be careful with these types of offers. Also concerning are the disadvantage to consumers by banks and lending institutions in the Bahamas. These include high interest rates on loans and credits, limited access to credit, excessive banking fees, lack of transparency, predatory lending practices, limited consumer protections. And I'm not only talking about Nassau.
The CPC chair also reported that the commission is on target to surpass a number of claims processed last year with a significant recovery rate.
From January 1st to June 10th, 2025, the CPC, Madam President, has received 139 complaint reports. From this number, 22 were advice given to consumers, 10 were referrals to other agencies, and 107 were disputes between consumers and providers that fall under the CPC's remit.
Still to come, Atlantis occupancy update. You're watching the Bahamas tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Team Tourism ending its three-day sales mission to Canada on a high note. Corval Pyfrom reports from Toronto, where more direct flights to Nassau will be taking off.
A night mixing it up with the media to an early morning appearance on Toronto's top-rated morning show. A seemingly indefatigable DPM Chester Cooper was once again delivering big news.
What is the new news you have to share this morning?
Orders going to the Bahamas, direct, non-stop, 10 additional flights a week.
Unbelievable.
Toronto, Ottawa, Hamilton. We're looking forward to it starting at the end of November.
It's great.
Exciting times for the Bahamas.
Additional airlift from Canadian markets comes as the Ministry of Tourism ramps up its Lifetime of Islands campaign, guaranteeing something for every visitor.
The reality is that we promote 16 of them. We make it easy, accessible. We have direct service now going into 4 of them, direct from Canada, Nassau Paradise Island. And Nassau Paradise Island is still amazing. It's still phenomenal.
And the Deputy Prime Minister seems confident the message to Canadians is resonating.
People know the Bahamas, but we're not resting on our laurels. We want to tell them that it's still better in the Bahamas and there's still a lot to see and do.
Those additional flights from Porter Airlines are expected to come on stream this November. In Toronto, Ontario, Corval Pyfrom, the Bahamas Tonight.
Thanks, Corval. Atlantis is buckling down for potentially a rougher than usual summer as a result of lower than normal bookings, among other challenges across the tourism sector. Company president Audrey Oswell says based on key indicators, including online sources, over the next few months, occupancy will likely see a shortfall before any level of rebound can be expected.
Occupancy for June, July, and August is a little bit different from prior years. While occupancy for June is very high, the rate that customers are paying for the rooms is down, so that translates to lower overall revenue. July still booking. It looks like it's going to be similar to June. We have a much shorter booking window than we have had experienced in the past. August is uncertain at this point.
Now, another knock-on effect, concerns over the possibility of a war, with the ongoing tariff war still impacting prospects on consumer confidence for leisure spending.
We're an agile organization. We've been around for many years, over 27 years. We've been there before unfortunately, during times of war, during times of financial crisis and other challenges. So we're always poised to react quickly. We have not really seen an impact yet, but I do believe that the slowdown in tourism is related to a lot of those outside world events.
Known for its slogan, People Make Paradise, the Atlantis Resort praising its leaders via a recent initiative designed to fast-track employees with a vision to advance in the company. Lloyd Allen attended today's Rising Leaders graduation ceremony.
39 employees from the Atlantis Resort advancing one step closer to professional advancement following their participation in the inaugural Rising Leaders program. Following 10 weeks of experiential learning modules, Atlantis President Audrey Oswald and Human Resources Vice President Tamika Forbes encouraging team members to reach for the stars.
Each of you has navigated a rigorous curriculum that integrated e-learning, in-field assignments, coaching, and a capstone project. These elements were not just tasks to complete, but opportunities to grow, adapt, and refine your potential as transformative leaders.
Through Atlantis University, through experiential learning and cross-training, etc., we allow our team members to seek out careers that are fulfilling to them.
Now, we also had a chance to speak with some of those graduates. Here's what they said about their experience.
This cohort has literally given us the blueprint to actually go out and pour into others to impact my team.
Atlantis is huge, and for us to be given a platform for us to showcase our skills, showcase our talents, network with the different departmental areas, and bridge those connections into projects, it was remarkable.
When I first joined the program, I was always a shy person. Now that I'm able to even speak in front of you guys, I don't think I would have been able to do that before joining this program.
I came in and I didn't have any friends because I was just moving back to the Bahamas after 10 years. I made some genuine friends here, and they're professional friends, people I can rely on. And 10 weeks, believe it or not, you can pretty much get a close bond after 10 weeks.
The company says this is only the start for greater opportunities for their employees, both here and across the country. Reporting from the Atlantis Resort, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Thank you very much, Lloyd. Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Amajal?
VJ speaking on the future of Bahamian basketball. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Just what is it that you want to do? And we want to have a good time. We want to be free to do what we want to do.
Welcome to your late night sports check, everyone. Earlier tonight, VJ Edgecombe becoming the latest Bahamian to enter the ranks of the NBA after he was selected third overall by the Philadelphia 76ers at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. VJ embracing his mom as well as family and friends. Edgecombe in his lone season with the Baylor Bears would win the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Edgecombe will join a Philadelphia team that includes a core of superstars Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. More from VJ's Big Night in tomorrow's Sportscast. Still in hoops, hoping to someday hear his name called on the NBA draft stage. Bahamian basketball prospect Chris Brown Jr. continues to rise on the American high school recruiting scene. He recently received a pair of Division I scholarship offers from both the University of Houston and the University of Texas, San Antonio. A class of 2027 center at Dream City Christian Academy in Arizona. Brown has emerged as one of the top recruits in that class. Brown had several standout performances on the Nike EYBL circuit with the Utah Prospects. He was invited to the prestigious Nike Elite Top 100 camp earlier this year, placing him among the top-ranked sophomores in the country. To the diamond, perhaps the next Bahamian to make his way to the show. Sebastian Walcott, the top-ranked prospect in the Texas Rangers organization, shining in a recent matchup. In Tuesday's AA battle between the Frisco Rough Riders and Tulsa Drillers airing live on the MLB Network, Walcott rose to the occasion with 2 hits and 3 stolen bases. Now, the game was a part of the MLB's Pipeline Prospect Showcase. The number 9 overall prospect in all of baseball spoke post-game about how far the sport has come here at home.
It's made a lot of growth. I think Jazz is a big part of that growth, and there's a big league coach for the New York Mets, Antoine Richardson. He's helped with that development as well, and they've grown the sport a lot. And I think from the time I started playing baseball to now, it's night and day how much the sport has grown. And I think those two are a testament to like helping the sport and helping it grow.
And the Queens of Paradise Showcase would have wrapped up last weekend, providing a platform for some of our local female softball prospects to showcase their skills during the clinic. Head coach at BAP Softball, Deshae Stubbs, revealing another major showcase set to take place later this summer.
We're hosting the 6th edition of the show All-Star Survival. It's something that we started back in 2017, and it features the top 100 youth softball players in the country. This year, we have about 100 kids. In addition to that, we're bringing down some high school and college coaches, as well as some going to be tuning in from online. We're going to do a top 100 combine to rank them nationally and give them as much opportunities to be poured into to showcase their talent and also to have fun.
And that's when we look at your sports on this Wednesday. That's all the time we have for you. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, now, Royston. Lots of moisture around the 700 islands, and that's courtesy of a mid to upper level trough just to the north of the Bahamas, and that's firing up some showers and thunderstorms in the northwestern parts of the country. Meanwhile, we have a tropical wave that's undercutting that. That is moving towards the west, and that will keep all of this moisture in the area right through Friday. So until then, keep those rain gas nice and handy. Temperatures around the islands this evening: 77 in Marshall, Abaco, Grand Total Key at 79 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, a little warmer at 82 degrees, 81 in the Berry in Bimini, 82 in Harper Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera 78 degrees, 77 in Otterstown, Cat Island, Black Point, Exuma at 74. 74 again in Kemp Space or Andros, Fresh Creek Central Andros at 78 degrees, 78 again in Georgetown, Exuma, Rum Key and San Salvador 77. We've got some 78s in Ragged Island, Clarence-Town, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Meguana 79, Ackland 79, Machi, Tananagua 83. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And your forecast tonight, we are looking at mostly cloudy and even a thunderstorm in parts of the area, followed by a heavy thunderstorm later on tonight, with a low temperature down to 78 degrees. And tomorrow, could have a morning thunderstorms, otherwise some sun and then some clouds in the afternoon with a high temperature of 85 degrees. Your extended weather forecast is looking like this. The wet stuff will be with us right through Friday. We get a little break on Saturday. Well, we have some more sunshine in our forecast. Sunday will return some thunderstorms, particularly in the morning hours, and that will carry over into the early part of next week. But those showers will keep the temperatures just below the 90-degree mark as we head into the weekend, and as we head into the early part of next week, we'll start to be clocking those 90s again. Royston.
A little reprieve on some of this extreme heat. Thank you, Basil. Well, that's going to do it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.